Hello there. Elliot wanted to join me for how long? Who knows? Say hello to Taro Pup. Taro Pup, say hello to the people. He's passionate about cardboard boxes and anything that falls on the floor that's made of cardboard. He gets. I kind of trained him that he can have it. So if I drop something accidentally, I got to run and pick it up pretty quick. All right. Do you want to go? You want to go? Bye. Bye bye. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hi, Bunny. Good to see you. Oh, hey, Elaine. Good to see you. Yeah, Taro Pup's here too. Yay. Well, it's day 5 of the tarot quest. And I have to say, it's been really great for me to be consistent here every day, every night, doing a live. We need that in our lives sometimes, right? And I think it's sometimes easier to be consistent when there's other people involved. So thank you for those of you who've signed up. Thank you for those of you being here now. Hello, Divine Dan. Good to see you. Janet's here. Hi. Whoa, look at this. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. If you're in the States, we had ours in October. You've done a great job. Consistencies. Yes. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you so much. Coming from you, that means a heck of a lot. So I do know that there have been kind of growing pains as far as the community online, getting access to the quests. And I know if I had a time machine, I'd probably go back in time and kind of change how I did things. However, I have to say that I'm still really glad that I didn't put it in a Facebook group. And I don't know who's with me on that, but yeah. We get Whippet all the time, Janet. No, he's an Italian Greyhound. He's an Iggy. And surprisingly, he's actually about this much shorter than a Whippet. So he's even tinier. I just joke and say he's a Greyhound that shrunk in the wash. Usually get laughs on that. So good to see everybody here. Now, if you're here and you're not part of the quest, stick around. It's totally okay. We're open. We're friendly. I even put in the description if you want to sign up for the quest and get the play sheets that go along with each day. What is the quest? The quest is about using tarot because you love playing with tarot or you want to learn how to use tarot more in your daily life. And we're using it to manifest what we want. Well, these are the beginning steps, obviously. I mean, sometimes it takes more than 5 days to manifest things. Sometimes. Thank you. I think so too. So anyways, let me know, like, if you've been part of the circle online. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it on Facebook, mostly because I personally find it very distracting on Facebook. And I am trying to build and grow my YouTube channel here. So hosting it here, maybe it allows other people the chance to kind of check it out, because these are going to be here now and forever. So even when this quest ends, people can still sign up and have access to that. I'll have to check the back end on how to make that work out. But yeah, so I've given you some tools, okay? We've gotten through day 1, which was all about setting your intention, pulling a card to represent that intention. Let that card guide you when you start to feel like your energy is waning and you need to be inspired again. All right, that's why I make those suggestions that I do in the play sheet example. And day 2 was about blocks. I have a list. If you see me looking off, that's because I do not remember everything. That's what smartphones are for. They're supposed to remember for us, right? Sending you so much love and support. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. And day 2 is about getting rid of some of the blocks or being aware. Okay, not just getting rid of them, because tarot is magic, yes, and yet at the same time we still need to go through the things we need to go through. That's how we grow. That's how we get beyond who we were before we needed to be who we are, so we can live the life we're meant to live, right? So being aware of the blocks is the first step, and from there it's a matter of giving yourself grace when you start kind of going off the path a little bit. And that's all part of it. Sometimes we're meant to go four-wheeling off the path because it's not always about us. All right? Sometimes we're meant to touch the lives of other people in whatever form or fashion that is. So we have to remember that it's so good to be focused on what it is you want and what you want to manifest, but you have to remember everyone else is wanting to do the same thing. So maybe our big aha today or this week or next week or this next year is about helping other people. And through that, we get to grow. We get to be seen as someone who is walking their talk, right? It's one thing to say it and dream it and, but to take the action. And that was what day 3 is about, taking aligned action toward your dreams, toward your goals, and taking it one step at a time. It's kind of like the Hermit, if you know the tarot deck at all, where he's got the light shining with the star in it, but he's looking down at his feet. Now, sometimes that can be seen as, being stuck, whatever. But for now, that energy is just coming in now. I'm just inspired to share it. He's looking down at his feet because he's focused on where he's stepping right now. And we need to do that sometimes. Maybe we don't want to be where we are now, and that can be quite stressful. And you know what? Just have that awareness and then look up at that lantern, look up at that star shining in there. That's you. That's your potential. That's your future shining its light out one step at a time. So that was day 3. It was about aligning your action. Day 4 was about, no, that was day 4. Good thing I have notes here. That was day 4, and I'm not going to reiterate all that, but day 3 was about your actual vision and really stepping into it. And the day 3 live that I did here, I actually guided you through a visualization. So I recommend you watch that when you need to kind of remind yourself on how to take that vision and go from there. Hello, nice to see you, Elaine. Love that. We're being asked to show up for ourselves and others. Hey, yeah, exactly. So day 5 is about the manifesting grid. So you got the play sheet on that. 4 cards that will help you focus on what you need. So does everyone know what a grid is? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let me know if you want me to explain it a little bit more. Elaine saying really powerful. Yes. Oh, thank you. I just in the moment winging it. You know me. Just it's what's best. So I will just briefly explain what a grid is for those who maybe aren't watching this live and watching the replay. Okay, so you don't. Okay, so let's explain it a little bit. Yes, exactly. So what I perceive a grid to be is putting together objects that align with the goal that I want. Often I'll use crystal grids, putting crystals in a specific format to create like a sacred geometry so that has power to, I'm putting my intentional power into it, being like a beacon to the energy of the universe to say, this is what I want to manifest. So with a grid, in this particular case, with tarot cards, just having them in, 1, 2, 3, 4, however I had it set up there. The purpose of that is each position can stand on its own, but together, linked together, they become this force of nature. And the beautiful thing about a grid is how each one has a relationship to the card beside it, below it, above it, whatever the case may be. Now, I might not have gone into a lot of detail about how the cards can interact with each other, but I kind of did that purposely because I don't want to inundate you with too much stuff. I want it to be simple. I want it to be easy for you to kind of figure out how the cards relate to the positions that they're in. So card 1 was about your emotional well-being. Card 2 is about your relationships. Card 3 is daily life, and card 4 is for your personal growth. Now you might say, well, why'd you put relationships in there? I'm not trying to manifest a relationship. No matter whatever it is we're trying to manifest, it could be building sandcastles in Hawaii. What a great idea. I just thought of that. But the point is, we still have to be in our real lives. So we want to make our manifesting and our attraction to be in alignment with our lives. Therefore, the relationships we have, not just with spouses or significant others or besties or friends in general, but just people, coworkers, people we meet on the street who we only meet one time, people we're in traffic with, that sort of thing. It's important to realize that relationships are how we start to mirror to the universe whatever it is we want to manifest. You've probably heard people say, act as if you already have it. And you probably heard me say that too. Act as if you already had it. And when I first learned that concept, for me, I was kind of like, maybe I'm just a slow learner, but I was kind of like, well, how? How would I know what it's like? I don't have it. So how am I supposed to know how to act? And this is the problem people have. Like you think of that concept where someone wins $1 million who didn't have much money and they won the lottery. And then within a couple of years, they lost it all again. It's because of the way they live, not just their mindset, but how they live, how their relationship with the world around them, the relationship with money. That's a biggie. That's a biggie right there. And see, the point is, it's not about trying to reinvent who you are as this person who has whatever they want to have. It's you. It's still you. But you just got to shift from those blocks saying, you can't have that. You're too small. You're too short. You're too white. You're too whatever to have that. You got to get through that. And the first relationship you need to work on is yourself. So it's really magical when you pull cards, especially with this manifesting grid, to really dig deep into the cards that come through. And so my tip for you is to then pull some clarifying cards. Maybe that's not the best term, because maybe you're clear when the cards that you pick for relationship, you're like, oh, that works perfect. But to pull an inspiring card to go with it. And with that, I actually recommend using an oracle deck, because it has most times oracle decks are all about showing you inspiring things or that sort of thing, enlightening. Angel cards are really good because it has that softness to it. We are so hard on ourselves when it comes to so many things, but when it comes to manifesting as well, because it's like, well, we don't have it. Therefore, we're a loser. We're broken. We're not good enough. And I'm not saying that that's any of us. It's just, these are the thoughts we sometimes think. Hopefully you don't think that. But it really comes down to you having a good relationship with yourself. And it starts with now, with you not having whatever it is you have. The moment you're satisfied and comfortable and grateful, sorry, I'm pointing at you, with who you are right now, despite what might be lacking in your life, despite maybe, it's pretty tight money-wise, and what are you going to do? I understand that. But it's being comfortable with who you are now, your human experience, your spiritual experience. It's so, so important. That's the foundation for you to grow from here. And see, I think that's what's lacking with some people who, don't have anything and they win the lottery and suddenly they think that, oh, I'm this different person now, and then money, money, money everywhere. If you don't have a good relationship with money in the first place, chances are you're going to screw that relationship up. I mean, how many of us have screwed relationships up in our lives? I mean, who knows? But a relationship with money to see it as, and the reason I'm bringing money up, maybe that's not what you want to manifest, and that's totally fine. End of the day, we don't want money. We want happiness, whatever will bring that, right? Some, stability in your life financially, buying a new home, going on a trip, whatever it might be, it all distills down to one thing: happiness, joy, right? Belonging. And even then, belonging, how do you feel? Well, you feel happy because you belong, right? Let's see what Elaine says. Can't take any relationship for granted. Great to celebrate it ahead of time. Exactly. And the same thing with money, because money is probably you're gonna need it to get whatever it is that you want to manifest. Most likely, right? I mean, it helps, right? So I think it's important for you to actually look into that as well, into the relationship. But I kind of went off on a tangent. The manifesting grid is just a series of, in this case, items, in this case, tarot cards and crystals, if you want to add them, that you've given this sacred meaning to, that they become not just 4 individual cards, but they become this sacred geometry that defines how you're going to manifest and attract, how you're going to attract and manifest whatever you want in your life. And that's end all be all of whatever it is you want to do. And end of the day, it's just cardstock, right? You think, and someone put images on it. That was on the bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands, and which is actually appropriate. Let's take a look at that 7 of Wands. There's a lot of things coming at her. All those wands wanted to either pop the bubble or get her attention, but she finds time in her day to really focus on herself, to really find her center, to have that good relationship with herself, to find that stillness. And I know it's pretty tough, especially now, this time of year. Lots going on, lots of things keeping you busy. And it needs to become a habit. It needs to be something that's consistent. But the key to that is, and the secret ingredient to that is you've got to desire it and want it so much that you'll do anything to keep this habit going. It has to mean that. If you are not invested in it emotionally and energetically, it's not sustainable. Ask me how I know. Or you probably know how many times you've said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then right? It drops off because it loses its importance, or something else has a priority, which is totally okay. This card to me is just saying, remember to come back to whatever it is you want. So that manifesting grid, especially if you keep it up, all right, better yet, because you're going to play with your tarot cards, take a picture of it so you have it. Put it on your display on your phone. Print it out so you have it. And it's something you can look at, and it's going to remind you of where you need to be. So here's the cool thing with that grid. Sure, you've got the cards that represent those 4 things, but if you start pulling oracle cards, you can pull an oracle card for each position every single day to complement those tarot cards, right? Anything goes. These things, anything goes. Play with tarot the way that works for you. And that's why hang around with me, because I love making games of things and making things fun. And, that's what it's all about. I love the messages you see. Oh, thank you. And that just took time and practice too. It also depends on the deck, the images that I see. Consistent with good energy equals success. Yes. And Elaine would know. She's the abundance ambassador. And I'm very grateful that she's a close friend of mine. So I don't have my water here. That's okay. I'll have some later. I just want to say, does anybody have any questions so far about the, I wanted to call it a challenge, but it's not, it's a quest. And I do want to say, and I mentioned just a second ago, to stick around, stick with me, because I would love to invite you to come to the Tarot Cafe this coming Tuesday. It's a paid membership. It's a closed paid membership. It's $7 a month. $7 a month. And each week, mostly it's each week. There's a week or two where sometimes we don't because it falls on a weird time. We meet for an hour and play with tarot. It's great. But I would love to invite everyone who's been part of this quest to join me for this coming Tuesday to just see what it's like. Open house. So look for an email from me this weekend, and I will share with you the link for you to join. It would be great if you gave me a heads up that you're coming. So, you know, if you're not there in the first few minutes, I know, oh, they're coming. So I won't dive into the nitty gritty of stuff. But the purpose of this particular Tarot Cafe coming up this Tuesday is I'm going to go into a little more detail about not necessarily a manifesting grid, but the Celtic Cross spread. Spread, grid, they're kind of interchangeable at this point because it's a similar idea. If you've been around tarot a little bit or at all, you probably are familiar with the Celtic Cross spread. And if you're anything like I was, it'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so complicated. There's 10 cards. Each card has its own position, and that's something that we can play with in the Tarot Cafe. Bring your tarot deck along with you because you can build your own Celtic Cross spread as well. But I'll delve into a little more about how you can see the relationships of each card and stuff like that. So it's a great place where I can kind of look over your shoulder. Well, it might be hard to see what your cards are, but we can kind of work it out. And I can look over your shoulder and help you see what you might not be able to see yet. Because sometimes, well, most times we're too close to our own desires and wishes that we need somebody who has just a different perspective, right? I need that too, which is really great. In the Tarot Cafe, we all, you know, there's different ways to play with the tarot games that I come up with. But I also, when I can, and there's not too many people there, I'll participate as well and get some great insight about anything that's going on. The best thing, though, is to get the validation. Playing with cards with other people in an atmosphere. It's over Zoom, and it's in an atmosphere where it's just about fun, and it's about seeing, oh, let's just see where this takes us. It's so much fun. I love it. Let's see. Oh, your quest is really great. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm excited to do that. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. And it's just a really great way for me to show you a little more about how you can take this quest that you've been doing so far, and really make it your own, and really keep focused on moving forward with whatever it is you want to manifest. Because I want to see you post something in the future saying, I did what I wanted to do, and I'm so happy, and I want to celebrate that. So hopefully you can join me for that, this special Tarot Cafe coming. Plus, there's an invitation if you want to keep coming along to join the membership. It's pay each month. When you want to drop out, just unsubscribe. It's just that simple. All right. Now, I've got 7 of you here so far. I would love to pull a card. Whoever would like a card pull, this is just ask a question or just get a general card pull, and let's do that before we wind up today. Let's see, Janet, someone else's perspective helped me examine the card differently. Yeah, exactly. They see something that you're not quite seeing because you're so focused on another part of it. But keep in mind too, if someone else sees it and gives you some, advice and it doesn't resonate with you, it's totally okay. Clearly it's something they needed to know for themselves. So take everything that you feel is for you and just leave the rest, right? Okay, Elaine would like a general card pull. Let's do that. And anyone else, please pop in the chat that you would like one, and we will do this. So this is for Elaine. Woo. So you have the 8 of Cups. Thinking about this one for you. It feels like it's up to you to shift how you feel about something. Maybe it feels like this thing isn't going the way you've been expecting it to. It's been affecting your emotions. And I think you've been fighting it a little bit instead of just releasing and moving on. There's more. There's more on the horizon for you instead of focusing on this thing. Okay. And I feel that there might be a revisiting of whatever is happening that you want to happen. But I think there's too much focus on it right now. And you've got to let it go and walk toward the future. And don't worry so much about it. Things will work themselves out. That's what I pick up. Hope that makes sense for you. Bunny. Oh, sorry to hear you're not feeling great today. And then Janet. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let's pull a card for Bunny. Oh, well, you get the 4 of Cups. She kind of looks like she's feeling a little meh today too. Sorry, my camera. Where's my camera anyways? But it feels to me focusing on, and it's funny, these are cups as well as the one Elaine had. It feels like allow yourself to focus on the gifts that are showing themselves. It feels like there's some despondency is the word that comes to me. Don't even ask me to spell it or even tell you what it means. That's what's coming to me. It's seeing beyond the mundane at this point. And I'm really drawn to the magic that's going on here. Oh, okay. The rainbow and the light. But she's kind of ignoring it because she's focused on feeling meh, feeling what she's feeling. And I'm not talking about you not feeling well today. This is something different. That's, yeah. But it really feels that there is magic and light if you can just remember to use your peripherals, use your feelings to feel into the goodness, look for the goodness through your empathic nature instead of focusing on where the energy might be heavier, which often as empaths will do that. That's what gets our attention first, because it's like, oh, somebody's feeling off. It's time to turn those feelers out there to find the light and the lightness and the good, because I feel that that's going to help you keep the momentum up, that you've been making strides. Like Bunny's been doing good. I don't know if you saw yesterday, but she's already taken baby steps, like giant baby steps toward her goal of creating a sequel to the book that she's written. And she's already got the outline done. I'd be surprised if she hasn't gotten more done. And if you don't, that's totally okay too, because there's, we have to, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So we have to give ourselves grace that way. Anyways, I hope that worked well for you. All right. So then let's see what Elaine says. Cool. Thanks for your interpretation. I saw walking along the shore, total relaxation. Yeah, that's that too. Yeah. That reminds me of when we were down in California. I always remember that. I can still hear the ocean. Yeah, awesome. So Janet's next, and then we have a Charland. Yes, we'll get you as well. So hang out here and let's see. Janet, let's put this back in the deck. Okay. Janet, general card. What does Janet most need to hear right now, please? Getting all the tough ones today. So we have the Nine of Swords. To me, this is saying it's okay to focus on the positive. You don't have to be stuck in the worry part of things, even if it's for someone else. It almost feels like there's not guilt, but how can I word this? What's coming through? It's almost like you have something to be happy about, but the shit's kind of hitting the fan for everyone else. So you feel like you have to dim your light a little bit and not be happy. That's what I'm picking up. And then if it doesn't resonate now, maybe I'm picking up on something that might be coming up in the near future, where it's something really good happening to you, and then other people are just like, mm. So that might have an effect on your thought pattern too. But just always remember that you are the light coming through the darkness. So it's okay for you to be happy and think happy, even if you don't express it outwardly. If it doesn't feel appropriate, you can still express it inwardly. And, when you're by yourself, right? It's okay. Don't dim your light for anybody. I mean, you might have to just kind of wait to shine it bright when no one's around, but don't dim your light. Don't dim those thoughts that you have. I hope that makes sense. All right. A Charland. I hope I'm saying it right. Apologies if I'm not. Let's see what we have. Wow. Spirit is challenging me today. We go from cups and swords. So thoughts and feelings. So for you, we have the Six of Swords, but I love the Six of Swords. I love sixes because they are about finding balance. She is moving on to calmer shores. Okay. Thinking good thoughts are bringing you into a better situation is what I'm picking up for you. Even if it might feel like you're not there yet, it's up to you. You have the power to think the thoughts. No one can take that away from you. And it's important for you to know that your positivity is the key to moving forward. So if you don't feel positive, that's okay. We're allowed to have human emotions. Sit with it, figure out, how can I release this? Do some deep breathing to release it. And then you have the capacity to start thinking positive thoughts. Think about the good that's happening right now. If there isn't good, there's always some good. You're breathing, you're waking up, like sometimes we got to grasp at the teeny tiny little basic human things. Focus on those, focus on the light. All right. I hope that makes sense for you. Oh, it's Elena. Okay. Oh, I love what you see in these cards. I didn't know it was you, Elena. Thank you for telling me. But yeah. So now, and thinking about some of the posts that you've made, keep focusing on the good. I know you have a lot to unpack and stuff like that, and that's okay. And or even looking around at all the stuff. And that was me last year. I swear, this place was a wall of boxes. I had this much room. I had to suck in my belly to get through. My daughter called it the city of boxes. It was unreal. But then I managed to just focus and say, well, I have an abundance here of all this stuff. So, all right, there you go. Janet says that really resonated. Thank you. Learning that it's okay to be happy and in the light. Yeah. I know sometimes we feel like we have to be down in the dumps just to meet our girlfriend where she is, but there could be something inside of us. And this is something I used to teach my Reiki students too. If they have to be around people who, are glum and grieving, and for whatever reason, it's legitimate, is imagine a rainbow leading from your heart to theirs. So you can keep that burning, wonderful excitement, desire to yourself, but it's in here burning in your upper heart area, and you can beam it to them, even if they don't know what it is. It might help dissipate some of the doom and gloom that they're going through too. It'd be interesting. It's an experiment. You can try it out. All right. Oh, bye. Thanks, Bunny. Hope to see you at the Tarot Cafe next week. And I will also be on Monday. I'm going to come live again. It's my regular Tarot After Dark live here on my channel, and I will be doing the Wheel of Names to pull names for winners of the daily prize and the grand prize. So make sure you get in there and you get your day's comments and stuff, so I know that you have. I can't even talk anymore. I think I'm just excited to go get my water when I'm done. Get your stuff done so you can be entered for the daily prize, and I'm going to draw all of them on the Monday. And part of the reason I wanted to do it that way is I've done these challenges and stuff before, pulling a grand prize winner, and you spin the Wheel of Names once. Kind of anticlimactic. So that's why I thought I'd do all of them at once. So I get to spin the wheel like 6 times. I'm super excited about that. So make sure you get in there so your name gets on the wheel and you can possibly win. What can you win? You can win my Deckable deck. It's on the Deckable app. That's free. And it's not a tarot deck because I don't have one of those out there yet, but I've got the wheels are turning here. But it is my Enchanted Empath's Journey deck, and I will give you the winner. There'll be 5 winners of that, and I will give you a token for you to purchase it for free. All right. And the grand prize, you get an hour one-on-one with me. We can play in whatever way you need. It's valued at like $111, 111, those fun, fancy numbers. And it's a way for you to get some insight, some suggestions, some healing, some clearing of the blocks. I got lots of magic tools in my tool belt. So it's going to be really fun to see who wins that. And let's see. Thank you. Loving the quest. Looking forward to continuing to learn. Yay. Thank you, Elena. Thank you. Mandy, it's like playing the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just too much fun. You can't just spin it once. That's boring. That's boring. Mandy, do you want a card pulled while you're here? I'll wait for a second to see if you answer. And actually, I'm going to pull a collective card. So for those of you who aren't live here, which is totally good, someone's got to watch the replay. So I want to pull a card for those of you watching the replay, and those of you still here. This could be another card for you. Take it if it resonates, and if it doesn't, don't take it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Clarifier. Here we go. Not a clarifier. I got clarifier on the brain. All right. This is a general for everybody. 8 of Pentacles. Ooh, who had Elena? You had an 8 of Pentacles. This one's a little different because it's a different deck. It has different energy. To me, I feel it's just saying keep doing what you're doing, the things that light you up. Okay, this is for whoever needs to hear it. Keep doing the things that light you up, even if it feels like people are saying, oh, don't do that. Or, don't listen to other people. Focus on what you like to do. You're perfecting whatever it is you're meant to perfect in this material world. That's the general message I am getting. All right. Yay, Mandy wants a card pull. Can you tell I like pulling cards as much as I like spinning the Wheel of Names, the Wheel of Fortune? All right. Yeah, okay. We're just going to leave it at that. All right, Mandy, what does Mandy most need to hear, please? I'm fumbling the cards. I'm all excited. The cards just went. I might be missing some. Oh my gosh. You need a powerful message. Okay, there's way too many cards here. I'm going to pick the two that are face up. Let's get this one over with. We have the Five of Pentacles. So this is just showing you that you've come a long way from where you used to be. You're focused on seeing the brightness, and you're letting go of the little girl who might have felt not seen and afraid. You're seeing the light now. You know you have the key. I don't always read this in that way, but that's what came through. Mostly because, what happened to the card? It flipped off. Mostly because of this. You also get the Ten of Cups, right? So you go from the Five of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups, which is saying everything is working out the way it needs to work out. Keep focusing on the big, bright, beautiful life, whether you have it now or not. Keep focusing on that. Raise your vibration. Let your energy continue to be excited for things. And I'm really feeling for you, Mandy, to if you don't already, to create a gratitude journal and just write good things in it. And at the end of each week, go back through it and read it. Read it out loud if you can, if you're in a space where you're not going to feel weird or awkward reading it out louder than someone hearing you. So there you go. I'm not telling them anymore. Okay, there you go. There you go. Nope. Tell me them all. They need me to hear them. Yeah. Well, those are the biggies. Those are the biggies. Everything else is just, they didn't flip over. So I'm really feeling that those two were meant for you. And it's really what you focus on. And, you know, it's being aware of where we might have been lacking in the past, because I'm really feeling like this is something that you've already passed. You've already gone through something. So it's okay to look back every now and then and be kind of like, well, yeah, that kind of really sucked. But don't get sucked down the rabbit hole of needing to relive it just to see what it was like. This is where you want to be, the high vibration. That's what matters the most. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here and watching and commenting. And I hope to see you at the Tarot Cafe on Tuesday. So watch your email for the invitation for that. Oh, if you're asking what time, it's 7 p.m. Pacific. Hopefully it's not too late for those of you on the East Coast. It is only an hour. I make sure trying to keep things to an hour, being mindful of people's time, but it might be a great way to settle into a good night's sleep afterwards. All right. Mandian says, I have started a manifesting gratitude. Yay! Good. That was good clarification as well. And pull some tarot cards. Or an oracle card every day and just say, what's the energy I need to know? Oh, you're welcome. You're totally welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to not have to talk to myself. I really enjoy that there were people here to speak with today. So thank you. Thank you, Elena. Take care, everybody. Okay. You have the weekend to catch up, and yeah, watch for my email for your Tarot Cafe invite. All right. Bye, everybody. Peace.